Here we are in the most incredible garden. It is full of color and fragrance. It's the Rhododendron Species Botanical Garden, and we are with Executive Director Steve Hoopman, who is Mr. Rhododendron. He knows everything. Tell us the answer to this question. Why do we kill our rhododendrons?
Well, Marianne, the main problem people have is that they don't have enough drainage for their rhododendron. So they need excellent drainage. They will need to amend their soil with a sand or gravel or bark or a mixture of that, rototilled into the soil, or a raised bed.
So, but don't fill a hole with compost?
No.
Because that makes
it's going to decompose down and you're going to lose your aeration.
Okay, so that's the secret to making the rhodies grow like these spectacular ones.
Exactly.
And so now, and how big is this garden?
The garden itself is 22 acres, all landscaped, all full of rare plants from all over the world. We have collections of magnolias, Japanese maples, lilies, primulas, etc., etc.
Wow.
We're open every day except Monday throughout the year, and we have color through the whole year. The rhododendron blooming season starts in January and goes right through into October.
So now, is it true that species rhododendrons bloom earlier than the rhododendrons that you typically have in a garden?
Most of them do, yes. So for instance, right now we are at peak bloom in mid-spring. By May, about 80 to 85% of them will be finished, although we'll have color again right through autumn. They have year-round interest. Many of the hybrids have very boring foliage.
Right.
The species tend to have very interesting foliage, such as the round leaves you see on the Williamsianum here. So that's an attractive feature year-round. There are self-guided tours. You can get a handout at the gift shop, and it will take you around and point out all of the highlights in the garden.
Wow.
And you could spend a full day here and not see it all. About 2 years ago, we built a 5,000 square foot tropical conservatory to house all of the tropical rhododendrons, as well as orchids and tree ferns and all kinds of other interesting plants.
Oh man, I want to see that. Come on, let's go. We're going to go visit the conservatory. You are not going to believe the fragrance. You're going to smell it right to the television set. Let's go.
All right.
Wow, this is incredible. The fragrance, the peacefulness. It's kind of a different atmosphere in here.
Yes, it's an enclosed greenhouse. You can come in here year-round. This is a feature not many people know about here at the garden. We have flowers year-round. They're very fragrant. You can come in here, get away from the rain and the cold, damp winters we have, and enjoy a little bit of the tropics.
I think the entire Federal Way Species Botanical Garden is something that people don't know a lot about, and they don't understand what a treasure we have for the public here.
Oh, well, that's very kind and very true. They don't understand what we actually have here. Thousands of plants from all over the world, many of them collected by myself or other people who get to go out.
Wait a minute. I just remembered something. I saw a picture of you with a big hat. You're the Indiana Jones of the rhododendron world, aren't you?
That's one way to put it. Oh, yes, I suppose you could say that.
You travel the world and you hang from cliffs and you grab rhododendrons.
Hopefully, and other plants as well, yeah.
All right.
So it's a lot of fun. One of the highlights of my job, definitely.
Oh, all right. So, and I saw groups here today. I saw school groups, and you have people from the airport that have a couple hours to kill because you're not that far from the airport.
Right. You can come in and have a quick look around and see all kinds of amazing things that you're not going to see anywhere else.
Oh, love it. I love Pulmonaria and also Brunnera, two perennials that bloom blue in the shade, so they're great companions to rhododendrons in this petticoat zone. And now let's meet another incredible blue blooming flower at the Rhododendron Species Garden.